The east coast of Tasmania is generally sheltered from the prevailing westerly winds of the roaring 40s. In most summers, the warm East Australian current reaches this far south. This ensures a balmy climate and frequent hot summer days, making it a very popular holiday region, especially amongst fishermen. The town of St Helens is on Georges Bay and is the major port of the northeast. It's best accessed via Launceston. Beautiful sheltered water to be fishing in, Michael.
Yep, we've got lots of little sheltered bays and estuaries and places. Obviously we've got a lot of wind in Tassie, and we've got lots of places that we can get in and get out of that wind and fish productively for the day.
Georges Bay is a large body of water with a diversity of fishing options. Michael runs a 6-metre boat that he uses to maximum effect in the shallows and for chasing the pelagics that frequent these waters. The bay was busy with Australian salmon feeding on anchovies, and I chose to use a crease fly. This is a surface fly that's very easy to cast and is an effective imitation of a struggling, escaping baitfish. Surface feeding fish find it difficult to resist. Used 2 different retrieves for this fly. This is the jerky retrieve, which makes it pop and skip. And the second retrieve I like to use is the double strip retrieve, which sort of has it shimmering across the surface. It doesn't pop quite as much, keeps it moving steadily like a little fleeing baitfish. Don't need to go too fast with it. That's it. And of course, if you want to really make it pop, a slower retrieve, let it come back up to the surface, like give it a big strip, let it come back to the surface, pause for a second, give it another strip. Notice I'm also pulling my hand back to really make that fly bloop. Got him this time. Where are you? I think I'm over or under, I'm not sure. Okay, you're over. Okay. I'll just get this line onto the reel. Nice little salmon.
Nice little salmon.
Oh, that's a fat fish.
Fantastic conditions, the best I've ever seen them this year. They are really thick across the back.
Yeah.
Their tummies are bulging. I don't think they can fit another thing in, so they're really feeding quite well up in this part of our bay.
Yeah. That popper had to get eaten sooner or later,
Oh, it has to be.
They're very scattered at the moment, it seems, Michael. They're not your usual salmon, ball up fish, and
no, they haven't actually.
must be the slack water on the top of the tide, but
Yep.
the splash is starting all around us now.
It's the top of the tide. We've got a lot of water in here, and they just haven't balled any bait up.
Yeah.
So they're obviously all out patrolling at the moment, and hopefully, as the tide drops back off the flats, we will get them to concentrate into a. That's nice.
That's a good fish. Yeah, that popper worked. A crease fly. Fantastic surface fly, very thin profiled, like a bait fish, and very easy to cast, not like your big blunt-faced poppers that most people use. Just pop that out. There you go, Australian salmon. Off you go. Perhaps as the tide starts to fall, they'll ball up a bit.
We'll get them to get a bait ball happening, and then it's just cast after cast.
I look forward to that.
Okay.
And we're, 5 minutes from the hotel?
5 minutes from the hotel. 5 minutes from the centre of St Helens.
I was still asleep about 20 minutes ago.
That's it. I mean, this is it. Beautiful day.
Yeah.
And fish right on our doorstep.
Yeah, wonderful.
Whether it's bream, trout, a variety of species in our bays here, the southern estuary species, and it doesn't get much better than that.
No, wonderful. There we go.
Got that?
Yeah.
Start though, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Tail. Oh, no, okay.
Salmon?
Come on.
Oh, there's a whole gang of them. That's a much bigger salmon.
Better one, Peter?
Yeah, that was a better fish. Had 3 shots at the fly and finally took it. I'd taken the fly down, but I hadn't hooked up, and then finally took it subsurface. It's one of the beauties of this crease fly. It was actually first developed as a subsurface pattern for fishing on fast sinking lines, and turns out it's become a fantastic popper or surface fly.
They don't lay down, you know, they can
Yeah.
keep working and working and working. Is that on the 6 weight, Peter?
No, I'm fishing an 8
Right.
today. I probably could easily go to a 6 in these conditions. Just been. Strong fish. Off you go. Oh. No, he's okay. He's fine. Well done. Going back for coffee. All right, where's that school?
It's all around us. We've got a
Yeah.
it's quite a large school around us here. Look, they're still busting here. We've drifted down with the wind. They're
Yep.
still behind us. I can hear them. So I think this whole top end of this bay is
Just cover some water. Without a concentration of fish, we know they're here. Just scatter some casts around and find them.
that's exactly it.
Alrighty. Well done. Sit here quietly and observe. Find ourselves just drifting into the school of fish. Here we go. There's another one. Motoring. Oh, free jumper. Oh, that's such a strong and honest fish. Salmon. Not a fish that's going to reef you, but jump and get him. This is a slightly better one.
Big shoulders, aren't they?
Yeah,
Really
this is
big.
beautifully fat fish. Look at that. Gorgeous fish. The crease fly had done its work once again, and we left the salmon biting because Michael had some other fishing he wanted to show me. Although he specialises in fly fishing, Michael has the full repertoire of fishing techniques and considerable local knowledge at his disposal. Georges Bay is rich with structure, such as sand flats, weed beds, deeper channels and oyster leases. First we anchored in one of the channels and set up a burley trail to see what we could bring in. Using small trout nymphs, we soon had a feed of delicious garfish. Then we set up adrift through the channels and sank flies and lures into the deeper holes amongst the ribbonweed. The hard-fighting silver trevally were the target.
Lift him in.
Oh, I might use the net on that, I think, mate.
Trying to hold us so we don't drift back onto that
Yeah.
rack.
You want to put us on the sand there?
Yep. Focus on the fish, mate. I wasn't.
There we are, lovely fish. Quite stripy.
Yeah, they've got the. I mean, whether that's to do with the weedy,
I'd say it's the weed, the
No,
darker
the-
bottom, yeah.
the darker bottom, and they're trying to just break up their
Yeah.
the colour.
All right. There we go. Beautiful fish. To the south of St Helens is the Scamander River, which is well known for its bream population. Lower down, it's a deep river with all sorts of classic bream habitat and structure. The fish here are the southern black bream, and Michael really specialises in these. Is this fresh or salt up here?
Still salt. We'd have a little bit of fresh on top, but
Salt wedge in underneath.
yep.
There's bream there, yeah. There's bream there on top. On top, yeah. Just lying in a little patch of sun, it was. Nice fish too.
Look at this. They are black. There's 100 fish sitting all lined up in here. They've got the sun's come up. They're looking for some shade, and they're just resting up. Oh, there's a big fish over the back. There is a huge fish over the back there.
Yes. Oh. What these bream might lack in size, they more than make up for in rat cunning, and on fly, every fish is a challenge. Great when you see them on the logs flashing. They're actually feeding when they're lying on those logs, aren't they?
They are. They're rolling over and showing their underbelly, which will give a flash to us, and then we can basically set that in. So
When they're lying on the logs, they really seem to be feeding.
we're finding that the fish that we're finding that are by themselves and feeding, we're getting more response out of. Where we're finding the school fish, it's just a bit tougher to try and get one of those fish to, to switch over and attack the fly. But when we find a single fish that's actively rolling and feeding, we've got really good percentage of getting a hook up.
Yeah.
So, again, down under this white dead limb too, there's a lot of fish all lined up.
Oh, I can
under
see them up there, yeah.
Oh,
That's them. That's got to be a fish. Yes, there he is. Yes.
well done.
God, they're tough. They are so tough to get to eat a fly. And when you get a little one, it just doesn't matter because every one is such a victory.
It is. I mean, you just see so many fish and present, and to get one to eat it, you're not even interested in the size, to be honest.
No. Nope.
Just you fool the fish, and that's all that.
The big ones like a lottery win. And that was good. Those are the ones you call the hangers.
See, they just seem to hang with their heads down, like this in the water. Why, I'm not sure. And look, if you can get their attention, you usually get a good response from the fish. A beautiful fish.
And they're in midstream.
Midstream, why they hang like this out there, to me they seem to be resting. It's just like they're asleep. Whether they are, I'm not sure, but yeah, look.
One of the mysteries of bream fishing.
One of the mysteries of the bream.
Big logs were clearly the favoured habitat on this day, and in the bright midday light it was all sight fishing as we snuck up on schools of undisturbed fish. Oh. Ate that as it sank.
Exactly. It came out, he just perched up under a log there. That's a Tassie black bream. Let me have a look at that thing.
Nice. Love the way they get this beautiful green sheen on them. That was on one of Murray Wilson's puzzle buggers. Fly with a lot of life and movement to it. Very nice.
Beautiful fish.
Well done, that's great fishing into the snags. Off you go, buddy. Many trout-style wet flies are perfect for targeting Tassie's bream. Research has indicated that these larger bream can be 20 to 30 years old, so all of them should be released.
Because it's not commercially fished and there's still rivers down here that actually haven't had, you know, fly fishermen or soft plastic or hard body fishermen on them, we're still finding virgin rivers that we're just discovering that there's bream in, and to find that in today, you know, like it's very unusual. So the potential of numbers of fish and size, the size of fish in Tasmania is just, you know, it's unlimited. We still don't know, you know, how many fish are in our systems, what systems hold. You know, there's some little lagoons that are landlocked that people haven't fished. So we're discovering new fisheries all the time, and it's just very exciting time to be in bream in Tassie at the moment.
One of the beauties of this Tasmanian bream fishery is that a fly fisherman doesn't need to bring any extra tackle. Basically a 6-weight trout rod, a floating line and a bunch of woolly buggers is going to get you into some pretty good bream fishing. You'd agree with that, Michael? You don't need to go heavy here?
No, 6 weights. We're using a floating line. Obviously, you know, you pack your intermediate as well, but look, a floating line, 6 weight, does the job fine.
And woolly buggers?
And woolly buggers. They seem to be switched on to those. So.
Yep. Nice soft fly, plenty of movement. I mean, I've tried other flies for them and had success using other flies for bream here, but the woolly bugger is particularly effective, especially today. I mean, a lot of the shorter, stubbier, more rigid flies don't have that flowing mobility that a woolly bugger has, you know, that lifelike action, and it's very effective.
It's pulsating, it's got that pulsating back end, and yeah, they just seem to be in those natural colours, seem to be really wolfing them down.
Oh, he's a beauty. He's a much better fish. All adventurous fly fishermen visiting Tasmania should spend some time on this superb fishery. It will really surprise you. I think it's amongst the very best bream fisheries in the country.
There was good fish under there, you know.
The mood has actually changed because before they were eating the fly on the retrieve.
Yep.
And now as the sun's got higher and they're sitting in the shade, they're a lot more lethargic. They're actually eating it on the way down. I'll just keep that fresh. Actually eating it on the way down, just a dead sinking fly.
That's it. I mean, we all know with fishing there can be 3 or 4 different moods a day, you know, where they're taking it on the strip, they'll take it on the drop.
Okay, yeah, mate. Excellent. Good fishing, Michael. Good fishing. Those fish still in that snag? Right there in the middle of that lock.
Oh, beautiful.
Nest of them.
End crunch.
And that's the big one.
It doesn't get any better than that. Does not get any better than that. Especially when the big fella outdid the others. Journey the other way around. Where did you come from? You know. Lovely.
Nice fish.
I'm just just going to hold us, just bear with me, I'm just going to pull back off the snag because there's absolute truckload of them still there.
Nice fish. I'm going to get some stills of that as well. Let's move well away from
and tie up on
Yeah, we're going to tie up over there. And I'd love to get some stills. That's a lovely fish. The Mustad C68 SS tarpon hook has quickly become a favourite for many of my saltwater flies. These signature series hooks are pin sharp right out of the box and have the perfect shape to hook and hold fish.